Hey everybody. So for today's skill, we're going to start with some burpees. We're going to do 50 burpees for time. We're still in the April burpee challenge, 1,000 burpees within the month of April. So if you are working toward that goal, these burpees certainly count. If you're not, it can't hurt to do 50 burpees. So we're going to do them for time. Let's take a look at that burpee. So the burpee, we're going to start standing on your feet. Then you're going to drop to the floor. So your chest must touch the floor. And then you're going to come up to your feet, come up with a nice wide stance so you're not going to your toes or getting way out onto your knees. Go nice and wide, and then jump and clap with your hands over your head. So when we jump, we want to look for full extension of the knees and hips. So you're opening your hips, opening your knees, and getting your hands up over your head with a clap. You do need to clap. You do need to jump. So all of those things count. If you're not doing them, you're not really doing the full movement. I'm not there to watch you, but you know you're not doing it. So let's get it done right. That's 50 of them for time. We'll log that score and be on the whiteboard. And then we move on to our workout. So our workout today is Fight Gone Bad Style, which is a classic CrossFit workout. A little bit different, though. We're doing three different movements, and we're doing 4 rounds. So it's going to be 12 minutes of actual work. So we do 1 minute of the first movement, and then your clock beeps, and you go directly to the second minute. Then that beeps, you go directly to the third minute or movement, and then on the 4th minute you take a rest, and then we do it again. So it's going to be 4 rounds in that order with the 1 minute rest separating them. So taking a look at our movements, let's look at the black first. We've got the strict handstand push-ups, and then if we're in the blue, we're going to do the handstand push-ups with our feet on the box. If we're in the green, we're going to do a push-up, knee push-up or a regular push-up if you have it. The second movement is the lateral jump over an object. So that's a sideways jump, 2-foot takeoff over your object. It could be anything you'd like, something that's the higher it is, the harder it is to jump over, obviously. And then in the green, you'll see that we're stepping over that object. So if you're not able to do a 2-foot takeoff, a 1-foot takeoff or step would be considered the step over. And then the final movement is the sit-up. So let's take a look at these movements. So starting with the handstand push-up, you're going to find yourself a wall. You're going to kick up to it. If you're comfortable doing that, then get yourself upside down. Your feet are against the wall. You're going to lower yourself till your head touches the floor, and then you're going to press out till your elbows are completely extended and your feet are also against the wall. It's important to drive your head forward, so not toward the wall, but away from the wall as you're pressing. That will force your feet back toward the wall. It'll also help you maintain that tight, hollow position in the core. If you do not have handstand push-ups, we will do the handstand push-up with your feet on the box. And it doesn't have to be a box, obviously, if you don't have a box. Use a chair or a couch or a table, whatever you have. But you get your feet, not your knees, your feet on the box. Your legs are relatively straight. What we're looking for here is a vertical torso. So you don't want to be way out in a plank position. You want to walk your hands toward the box or chair so that you are almost completely vertical in the torso. And just like the handstand push-up, we start with our elbows extended, drop your head to the floor, and then press to locked elbows. And you'll notice I'm driving my head toward the box here as I do this. Just like the wall, you're pushing your head away from the wall. In this case, you'd be pushing it toward the box. That will force that finish of the movement. If you don't have that, we're going to go to the push-up. If you do it on the knees, we'll be on our knees. Chest touches the floor. You must go all the way down and all the way up to elbows extended. Try to keep your stomach off the floor if you can help it. And if you have a push-up off the knees, let's do that. We're on the toes, chest to the floor, elbows extended. No half reps here. We're going all the way down, all the way up. And try to keep your legs off the floor here. If your legs are on the floor, your thighs are hitting the floor, then you should probably be doing a knee push-up. That will be better for you in the long run. The next movement we're going to do is the lateral jump. So here you see me jumping over a dumbbell. It can be a kettlebell. It can be a stack of books. It can be a bunch of pillows, whatever you want, but you're jumping over something. It's a 2-foot takeoff. Every time you jump over the object and land to the other side, that's 1 rep. So 2 feet take off at the same time and you land on the other side. If we're stepping over it, obviously you'd be stepping or doing a 1-foot takeoff. The last movement is the sit-up. We're going to butterfly the knees so the bottoms of the feet are together. Your knees are out to the side. You're going to start with your shoulders on the floor. Hands touch the floor behind your head. You're going to reach up and touch the floor in front of your feet. Don't touch your feet. Don't touch the floor behind your heels. Reach all the way up. Get that full range of motion. It actually does make quite a bit of difference. Reach all the way up and get that floor. So floor to floor. And if you have an ab mat, use it. Put it under your lower back. If you don't, that's okay. But it's really important you butterfly your feet without that ab mat. It makes it much more effective, takes the hips out of it as much as we can. So those are our movements. What we're going to do is count our reps. So let's say we're in the green. We did as many push-ups as we could, counted them. Let's say I got 10 in that minute. When I start my jump overs, or step overs, I'm going to start at number 11. And I'm just going to have a running count so that when I finish my sit-ups, if my number were 32, I'd write that down. And then when I started in round 2, I'm going to add my new number to my last number. So at the end, you'll have 4 numbers. You add them all up. Log your total reps in beyond the whiteboard. If you need a timer, you can go online and look up CrossFit Timer or WOD Timer or any one of those. There's a million apps out there. They will all do these intervals for you. Interval timer, something like that. If you have any questions on the workout, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.